the decision relating to the retirement of the judges in 2016, you could see a camp that had made up its mind on how they wanted to do particular things in the Supreme Court. So it was very easy to see how these people will align themselves, either pro-change or pro-status quo. That would be my view.
All right, and so the Supreme Court has given its decision with the majority. Let's take a look at page 6 of the paper for the Supreme verdict there. First of all, IEBC says we will execute the court ruling promising to take stern action against its officers found guilty of bungling the presidential election. And of course, this verdict has begged the question, if we are going for another poll in the next 60 days, who is going to oversee this poll? Ofula Chebukati there speaking to the media yesterday saying it is a very same electoral commission that will be conducting the elections, and that the Supreme Court did not find any culpability on his part as an individual. Again, Oliver, where does this leave us, in terms of the next electoral process in 60 days? Is IEBC ripe, ready to carry out this election?
I believe that we should not give or allow everybody at IEBC to carry the blame. What should happen is that we should do one quick audit, know that where was the problem. Indeed, there is somebody who must carry the criminal liability. Taxpayers' money has been spent, time, and even the economy, because the stagnation of our economy now is as a result of somebody who was incompetent somewhere. If you saw the report from the independent from the court's independent expert on IT, there were very many flaws which directed towards not the commission, but some people within the ranks of IEBC who did something wrong. And I believe that it is time now for IEBC should clean the house. We should not agitate for a new IEBC. We can give them a chance to redeem themselves, as it was said somewhere loosely. But the thing is, heads must roll. Because look at it this way, we have people who could not even know whether this form is watermarked or no. Why should we have such a people? And then again, who will be responsible for the taxpayers' money that has been lost in this venture? We need to look at the whole thing wholesomely and know who should go. Another point, I think it is the right time now for Kenyans to start questioning, are we in order in how we conduct our elections? Look at it this way, we do a training for 1 hour for somebody to be a presiding officer. These are people we do not know their capabilities. We just ask them to apply online, and we entrust them with a very big exercise. If anything goes wrong, whom do we blame? Do we blame inadequacy in training, or do we blame our rush in doing things? I think the whole process should be relooked, and this country knows that in every 5 years, we will be going for an election, a general election, a very extensive exercise. This should give us ample time to prepare and know that what needs to be where. The other point is this. These elections, I know that the presidential election will be 6 times faster than the general election, because we'll only be having one position. I expect IEBC to be highly efficient. It should not take us more than even 7 hours to vote, because the queue will be moving very fast.
All right, so we will get there when we establish who will be carrying out or conducting this next election. Let's hear from you, Harvey. What does this Supreme Court verdict mean on the part of the IEBC?
The Supreme Court has indicated, though in a summary way, that the IEBC shoulders the greatest responsibility in respect of the controversy that we're now facing. And look, it is not in the realm of incompetency or any failings that are of human error. The manner in which IEBC is constituted on account of the benefit it gets from the Constitution, the Act and the regulation, the structural outfits that are there all over the country, demonstrate without any doubt that IEBC has the capacity to conduct a free, fair and credible election. But there is a problem, and we need to pick this problem from the main complaint by Raila Odinga in his petition, that IEBC allowed itself to be manipulated and to be directed in the manner in which it was to oversight the counting, the tallying and the transmission of votes. And that is a reality that cannot run away from us. And I think it's high time that Kenyans took a very drastic step. For instance, much as we must hold this election within the next 60 days, the people with the highest capability on the interferences in respect of the forms 34A, 34B. And there is credible evidence that most of these forms were just printed across the road here. These people ought to be tried, they ought to be jailed. They should not be given the benefit of a park going home. Understand? And then, look, there was a lot of lamentation on the part of NASA as to why we had so many returning officer and poll officials who came from the Jubilee strongholds, in particular Rift Valley and Central, oversighting an election in Western Kenya and in